Hello friends. So this is the second video of your chapter lithosphere, and in this video we will discuss about solar system. So we will start this solar system. So this image is showing all the 8 planets which are present in the solar system, starting with Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune, right? So these are the 8 planets. Now these 8 planets in our solar system, they are divided into 2 groups. So these 4 planets, they are called as inner planets, while these 4 planets, they are called as outer planets, right? Now these inner planets, they are also called as terrestrial planets. Terrestrial or rocky planets. And because their surface is much like Earth, they are also called as Earth-like, right? So their surface is similar to the surface of the Earth, so they are also called as Earth-like planets. And also they are generally smaller in size. From this image, in this image you can see these 4 planets, their size is very small as compared to these planets, right? These are very large in size. So the inner planets, they are called as terrestrial planets, Earth-like, and they are smaller in size. And because they are rocky, they have high density, right? So they have high density. You all know the meaning of density. So density means, we can understand the meaning of this density by taking an example. So if we are having equal size of, so this is the one, we can say brick, right? And similar size, the size of brick, we are also having thermocol. Okay, so this is the brick, this is the thermocol. Now the size of both these things are almost equal, but when we measure their weight, the weight of brick is much more as compared to thermocol. So we can conclude that the density of this brick is much more than the thermocol, because in the brick the molecules or atom are much closer as compared to the molecules of the thermocol, which are far from each other, right? So here the inner planets, their density is higher, so they have high density. On the other hand, moving on to the outer planets, so the outer planets, they are also known as Jovian planets, or Jovian means Jupiter-like, right? They are also called as gas giants. So because they are very big in size, so they are called as giants. And also they are surrounded with the thick atmosphere. Right? So these are the main differences between these inner planets and outer planets. While you are hearing these lectures, you should also note down these things in your copy as well. And whatever I will discuss here in these lectures, I can assure you that about 90% of your questions of geography can be they can be solved if you properly hear all these lectures and make notes as well. Okay, so please note down these things in your copies, make your notes, and later on you should learn all these notes. So these are the main difference between the inner planets and outer planets. Now one question arises here: why these outer planet they have thick atmosphere, while these planets, the inner planets, they have thin atmosphere? They have thin atmosphere. So what is the reason behind this thing? They are having thin atmosphere. What is the reason? So reason is because these planets, these inner planets, see here, these inner planets, they are very near to the sun. So they are very near to the sun, and sun release something called as solar wind. Sun release solar wind. And what is solar wind? It is basically, solar wind is the charged particles released by the sun. These are the charged particle or stream of charged particles. Stream of charged particles released by the sun is called as solar wind, and these charged particles, they blew off the atmosphere. So whatever the gases which are surrounded these planets, the inner planets, the charged particle or the solar wind blew off these gases, right? So that's why these inner planets, they have thin atmosphere. So one reason is the solar wind. Also their size of these inner planets is very small. So a small size, and due to the small size, their gravitational pull is also very less, right? So more bigger a planet is, more is the gravitational pull. So small size, less gravitational pull, and because of this less pull, these planets are not able to hold on their atmosphere, right? So the solar wind can easily blow off their atmosphere, and ultimately they are having thin atmosphere, right? So this is about these planets, 8 planets in our solar system. And here you are seeing the asteroid belt. So asteroid belt is present between the Mars and Jupiter, right? So asteroid belt is having like billions of asteroids, and these asteroids are like rocks. So small and big rocks which are there between the orbit of Mars and Jupiter, and it is believed that these are basically the remnants of some planets. So in the past there was some planet orbiting between the orbit of Mars and Jupiter, and this planet was destroyed by the collision of some other asteroid and resulted in formation of this asteroid belt, right? So we will discuss about asteroids, meteoroids and comets as well. So next we will discuss about the planets. So these are the 8 planets, and we will discuss some specific things about these planets. So first, Mercury and Venus. The Mercury and Venus, they have no satellites, they have no satellites, so s equal to 0, and for Venus as well, s equal to 0, no satellites, right? Now this Venus is also known as morning and evening star. It is also known as morning and evening star, right? You can see this Venus in the morning about 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. in the east direction. So it is very bright and you can see it in early morning. Also this Venus is known as twin of the Earth. It is also known as twin of the Earth because it is very similar to Earth in its structure and size as well. So it is also known as twin of the Earth. Now Earth is called as blue planet. It is called as blue planet, and the Earth is the only planet which is having the life. The Earth is having the maximum density. It is having maximum density and it is equal to about 5.5 gram per cubic centimeter, right? So these are few facts that you need to know. Then Mars, we all know that Mars is called as red planet. It is called as red planet. Jupiter is the largest planet. It is called as, it is the largest planet. Saturn is having maximum number of satellites. Okay, so it is around 19 satellites it is having. Uranus is the only planet. It is the only planet in the solar system which have clockwise rotation. Okay, so all the other planets, they move in anti-clockwise direction, while this Uranus, it is the only planet which move in a clockwise direction. So these are the some important facts that we need to know about the planets, right? So next we will discuss about some other heavenly bodies. We will discuss about the meteoroids, asteroid and comet. So this image is showing the picture of, this is asteroid. So this is asteroid. Not, this color is not properly visible. I will take other color. So this is asteroid, this is meteoroid, and this one is comet. See, first we will look at the difference between the asteroid and meteoroid. Asteroid and meteoroid is almost similar in their structure. Both are rocky, and they are the remnants of the planet. The difference between asteroid and meteoroid is that if the size of rock is less than 1 meter, if the diameter is less than 1 meter, then it is called as meteoroid, and if the diameter is more than 1 meter, it is called as asteroid, right? So this is the basic difference between the asteroid and meteoroid, the size. So any rock which is having the size of more than 1 meter diameter, then it is called as asteroid, while if the diameter is less than 1 meter, then it is called as meteoroid. Now there are three terms. One is meteoroid, other is meteor, and other is meteoroid. Sometimes what happened, these meteoroid, they enter into the earth atmosphere and they start burning, because in the earth atmosphere, due to the friction, this meteoroid start burning, and this burning meteoroid is called as meteor. The burning meteoroid is called as meteor, and it is also called as, it is called as shooting star. Okay, in Hindi it is called as टूटता tara, right? Shooting star or टूटता tara. And when this meteor, if it is not completely burned during its movement, it landed on the surface of the earth, and when it is landed on the surface of the earth, the rock is called as meteoroid, right? Now you know the difference between the meteor and meteoroid. Comet on the other hand, they are made up of ice and dust. They are having ice and dust, and when they move in the, like when they move in the sky, they are also having the tail, and this tail is more visible when they reaches near the sun. So they also having one orbit, but generally their orbit is not circular but elliptical, right? So this is about these heavenly bodies. Next we will discuss about dwarf stars. Sorry, not dwarf star, but dwarf planets, right? So there are certain planets which are called as dwarf planet. So earlier we are having three main examples. One is your Pluto, other is Ceres, and other is Eris. So there are other as well, but these three are the more common dwarf planets. So Pluto, it was earlier considered as planet, but now it is removed from the category of the planet and it is considered dwarf planet because it is very small in size. Ceres is also considered as dwarf planet, but basically it is the asteroid. It is the largest asteroid and considered as a dwarf planet, and Eris is also one dwarf planet. So in this image we can see here it Ceres. So this one Ceres. So it is basically present in the asteroid belt of between the Mars and Jupiter, and this is one of the largest asteroid, right? So these are all the things that we need to know in the solar system, right? I hope you all like this video, so please like and subscribe this channel. So, thank you.